Morning. Friday. Time is it? Phone's there. Hang on. It's Friday. And it is... Don't even know what... It's 10:05. It's Friday the 6th of September. So, over there I went to B&Q, Queen's Road. As I said on my last blog, I thanked John, who works there on trade counter. Not always on trade counter, he does other things. But this is what I got from B&Q, I don't know if you can see. So I got some of these. So I'm going to put them in. I'm just going to scatter them. Some bulbs. So I got that packet. And then I got some hyacinths. Absolutely beautiful, these. The smell on them is just amazing. So I'm going to put them down. We've got a little river runs outside. I'm going to put them there. My favourites, they're going in loan. I've got loads of crocuses. I've got 3 packets. All these are from B&Q. This isn't a sales advert for B&Q. This is what I bought when I was down here with John. They look lovely. I don't know what they are, but I just thought, you know something, they're lovely. So, you want some seeds? Get yourself down at B&Q. They're not seeds, they're bulbs. Winter bulbs. Yeah, so that's that. No, it's not an advert. I'm not advertising B&Q on Queen's Road. I'm not saying go and see John. Don't want a big line all the way around waiting saying I want to be seen by John. But that's what I got when I was at B&Q the other day. So, as you can see, I'm up at farm. I'm up in North Yorkshire. And that there is the North Yorkshire Dales. Just hear my chickens clucking in my little chicken paddock there. Can hear bees flying around. Gotta be careful because they get a bit annoyed at this time of year. They get, because it's turning a bit cool, they sting. Yeah. So I was thinking, what happened to that ozone layer? You know, when in 1990s they were saying that there were an hole in it, weren't they? And I watched a thing over there about it, and I'd never thought about it much. Because it's going about climate change and all that, and something's happening obviously, but can we help it? I don't know. Is it down to us? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not that intelligent. Because at one time they were saying there's an hole in ozone layer. We've got to stop this CO2 gases and all that. We've got to move away from that. Nobody mentions this hole. Has it closed up or something now? Have they gone on to something else now? Which they have. Obviously, they've gone on to electric. Use electric, not diesel. They like brainwashers, governments and media, if you think about it, to put the blame on us. So, what happened to ozone layer? And when I was a kid, we used to go to shop, and all shopping that you bought in at shop, your local shops, you got a grey paper carrier bag with a little rope handle on it. Today they're right trendy. It's like, oh, look at this, it's eco-friendly, saving the environment. Well, I remember them first time round. There were always them type of bags until people started saying, oh, they're chopping hundreds of thousands of trees down to make these bags. We need to use plastic bags because plastic bags are the future and you can reuse it, whereas these, when they get wet, all your shopping falls out of arse of it and it's no good. So they got people off paper bags, brown paper bags, to go on to plastic bags because they wanted us to use plastic bags. Then they says, that's not good, we'll have a bag for life. It's a nightmare, isn't it? Now they're saying, we need to stop using plastic. It's getting into the sea, it's getting fish are eating it, and all this. We need to go back to paper. Well, we didn't change it in the first place. It were governments that changed to say, let's go from paper to plastic. We just follow like sheep, don't we? Shown the sheeps, all of us. So, unbelievable. So that's just two thoughts that I've had today. One thought, B&Q, that's where I got my things from. I'm going to put it in lawn today. And we had rural crime police last week, so advised me to take a few. We've got cameras. I've got cameras all over the bleeding place. I'll show you. There's cameras everywhere. I've gone mad with cameras. I'm an absolute nightmare with them. You can see. There we go. A camera here today. So that camera there points that way, covers down there. I've got a camera up on corner, comes down this way. I've got 4 cameras on front. I've got cameras all over the place. Rural crime officer come out and says, need more cameras. Right. Well, just be better if you had a few more cameras up. So I've been and bought some Ring cameras. I've got a Ring camera anyway up front. So that's another job I've got to do, probably today or tomorrow, who knows. I'm in pain with my knees, so we'll see how far I get. Anyway, another thing. Funerals are changing, and I've seen a message today from our celebrant, Simon Oakes, saying that he's been made aware of a celebrant who has started to send, well, not started, he's been doing it for some time apparently, questionnaires out about the loved ones to fill in prior to, should they wish to meet him, or just do it as an email. I was like, when I looked at it, I thought, and Simon thinks this isn't the way we should be doing funerals. Simon Oakes. Simon's support, you know, as it's more personal to meet a family and sit down and chat to them about stories and memories of their loved one. Totally agree with him, because a few years since, about 2018, 2019, I got to work one morning and this bloke had left, well, he was fuming. He left a terrible review saying that we wasn't a 24-hour service, that we wasn't available all the time, we shouldn't advertise that. He was livid. What he didn't put on this vile review was that at 2:30, I think it were, that morning, his dad had died, and he'd tried to email us to say, come and bring my dad into your care. Obviously we didn't answer the email because we're not sat outside at computer. I know you all think that undertakers sleep in coffins and they sat outside at phone looking at it. So that's my phone. Yeah, I know it's smashed. It's one of them new Nokias, but I've smashed it a few times. What's the screen now? I'm not very fussed about phones anyway. So I don't sit looking at phone all night like this, waiting for it to ring. It's like a watched pot never boils. I don't think about it at all. But this bloke were really annoyed that we'd not been there in his hour of need. Well, we were there in his hour of need. It's just that I don't answer emails. In fact, I don't even email. There's an email address for me, but it's that email box is probably rammed full. I've never opened them. I don't email. I'll message somebody, and I use Messenger and I use WhatsApp. I don't use WhatsApp. I don't advertise WhatsApp because it's for close personal friends. That's what WhatsApp's for. And I've only got an handful of people on WhatsApp. But I don't email at all about anything. It's just one of the things I don't do. I don't like it. Can't see the point when you can ring somebody up and talk to them. This guy didn't ring up. He didn't ring us and say my dad's just died. Because if I'd just lost a loved one, I'd want that personal connection. I'd want to speak to a person. I won't want to email. But Simon's answer on one of the blogs that I put on, saying that, yeah, he's been made aware that somebody's sending questionnaires out prior to going to see him, should they need to go and see him. Should he need to go and see him. Mad. Got me thinking. Back to when I got an email from someone to say that his dad had died, 2018. I hope that's not where this industry is going. I can see it. I can definitely see it. And I think some of the bigger companies would bloody love it. Absolutely love it. I don't think your little independent one-man band family firms will love it like me, although I'm one-man band with 11 workers. They do all playing at instruments. They make it a bit like Andre Rude, you know what I mean? But they've got a bloke up front with a stick waving it about. That's me. I'm conductor, funeral director. So I direct funerals. I direct where vehicles is going to be at a position at any given time. Men on service, men on standby. I direct. I'm the funeral director. So Dave Johnson is my conductor while I'm not there. He conducts the funeral, making sure that everything that I've done is in place. It's all running to my instructions. So that's a bit about a funeral director and a funeral conductor. A funeral arranger goes out and arranges funerals. If you're going to join industry, think about what you want to do. Don't just say, I want to do what you do. Because that's very unlikely that you're going to do that. You know what I mean? Because you don't really know what I do. I go out and meet families, but that's an arranger. So that part of what I do is the arrangement part. But then I'll go and help Dave Emmingham in my mortuary, should he need help. Don't always go in mortuary. It's not very often I'm in mortuary, to be truthful. And Dave will say this on a blog. Because I don't need to, because I employ Dave. That's what he's for. And before Dave Emmingham, from my very, very, very first starting, I needed a mortuary manager. Even though we were really quiet at the beginning. I think first year I started, I did 14 funerals. But I worked close with somebody. It's like this all the time, this phone. Let me just see. Hang on. This is that bloody YouTube. Hang about. Somebody asking me a question. I don't know who he is. Jimmy. There you go, Jim. Just a question needed to ask me. Well, he didn't need to ask me, but just a question. But I've answered. Nah, of course I didn't. Oh, I've got to go. I'll catch you later. My man's here.